This is my friend Steve. If you've ever watched some of my videos over the years, and most of you know Steve is the guy who has worked with me on my trailers and yells at me all the time.
Joe's fault. Look, he's making me do this.
We're getting back to work. Here we come,
It's
Mary.
Joe's fault. And
For those of you who don't know him, well, what can I say? Steve's not easy to describe. I can tell you that he's down to earth, loyal, inquisitive, intelligent, and a straight shooter. I'll also tell you that Steve has been the best friend anyone could ever have. We don't agree on much, and we still like to throw insults at each other. But for me, that's the true test of what friendship is all about. I should add, though, that Steve, like most friends, can drive me crazy sometimes. He can probably say the same about me. So, how long have I known Steve?
Hey, Steve.
50 years. Yep, 50. This is the guy I met 50 years ago on our high school wrestling team. Here's a picture in our yearbook of him giving our wrestling team sweetheart some flowers. He's very proud of this picture. He keeps all his yearbooks for some reason. Man, we looked young. Our 50-year friendship probably got cemented when we went off to college together our freshman year. We roomed together our first semester but changed roommates in the spring, which probably saved our friendship. Neither one of us remembers how that came about, but I'm sure it saved one of us from injury. We went to different schools after that. So, why am I telling you all of this? Because for some reason, we decided to relive our first year of college by returning to where it all happened. Sul Ross State University in Alpine, Texas. If you've never heard of it, then you're not alone. It's in the middle of West Texas, out in nowhere land. Sul Ross is known for animal husbandry and their rodeo team, in case you didn't know. Neither one of us could remember why we even went to Sul Ross because we're not ranchers or bull riders. Hell, we couldn't even remember why we went on this trip. But I have a new trailer and was planning on going for some book research on the area, so I decided to invite my friend Steve along. Or maybe he invited himself along. Don't remember which. Since I do most of the traveling these days, Steve let me plan out the whole trip. So, two old guys who have been friends since high school took a road trip to their old stomping grounds they could hardly remember. Here was the agenda I sent Steve. Pick him up in Artesia. Check, I remembered to do that. Then to the little town of Marfa, which is known for these mystery lights and their art galleries, which is what my new book is all about. Then Alpine to see our old college. Then Fort Davis for the day to relive the Old West. Then, and this was the exciting part, we went to Big Bend National Park where we used to go camping on the weekends. There wasn't much to do with Sul Ross except go camping on the weekends, and this is where we went. Big Bend National Park. Then off to Lajitas, which has an RV resort, so we can hang out by the pool. We made a day trip to the ghost town of Terlingua, where they have a famous chili cook-off every year. We went to the chili cook-off when we were students 50 years ago. We both remembered getting shot at by some biker guys, but couldn't remember where it happened. At least I couldn't remember, but Steve says it was right here. You would think one would remember where they got shot at, right? Not me. We stopped at the old Fort Layton right outside of Presidio and went through it. It's kind of impressive. Then off to Presidio for a couple of nights, and then we took a day trip through the backcountry to see some old ruins. Then stopped at the Cibola Resort only to discover it was closed. This is where the Supreme Court Justice Anthony Scalia died, just in case you don't remember.
And we're out at the Cibola Creek Ranch. We've come to a gate. My friend Steve and I, how far did we drive off the main road to get here, Steve?
5 miles.
5 miles. What do you think, buddy?
Oh, I'm hungry.
Then back to Marfa for one more night to play some golf. That was our schedule. How did it go? I'll let you decide.
We are at, what is it, the Alameda? What do you call it?
Alameda. Homestead.
And whose house was this?
This was built by John Davis.
Yeah, about, you remember when?
No, I don't.
Yeah, 1875.
That's what I thought.
1875, and he lived here with who?
His wife, Mrs. Davis.
Mrs. Herrera.
Had been Mrs. Herrera. Miss
Right.
Herrera.
Miss Herrera. Juanita Herrera.
Yeah, Juanita Herrera.
And what happened?
Well, Miss Herrera died in about 1892, and John Davis just loaded up and went back to North Carolina and never returned.
What'd she die of?
Don't know.
The lights didn't get her?
Well, the lights may have gotten her.
Marfa lights got her. Come on. The Marfa lights. Say it. Say it.
Joe's driving, so I have to say it. The Marfa lights got her.
The Marfa lights got her. I knew it. See? My historian just verified that for us. Okay.
The historian that goes along with the editor.
Like I said, neither one of us remembered a whole bunch about our time at Sul Ross. Or rather, we each remembered things differently, I should say. I mean, it was 50 years ago, and we were only there for a year. One thing I did do on this trip, for the first time ever, was sit Steve down for this interview while we were on the Rio Grande River with Mexico in the background. Now, I've interviewed hundreds of people over the years and figured Steve would be easy since he does like to talk. I think he invented mansplaining. Turns out he was anything but easy. He doesn't look very comfortable, does he? Steve kept on saying he was done. I wonder what he meant by that.
And I'm done.
Now, you know, I got 8 more minutes left.
I'm done.
But I did get a few sound bites.
Marfa and Alpine.
My buddy Joe, being the world-renowned author that he wishes he was, is doing a book on Marfa and the Marfa lights and the general area and the, Paleo-Indian archaeology and things down here. And we both decided that he needed to come down with me as his able-bodied assistant and research. I am researching. A buzzard flying in the air reminds me of a Hobbs eagle.
What is a Hobbs eagle?
Well, it's an eagle from Hobbs. My last shower was probably last Tuesday. It's been a while. I wondered why people keep walking around us.
Steve's wife, Mary, predicted we wouldn't be talking to each other after 2 weeks. But we proved Mary wrong. Although, while we were in Big Bend, Steve did say he didn't like me anymore. It's not the first time he's told me that, so it wasn't a big deal. Of course, the highlight of our trip was the golf match we had at the Marfa Country Club, which is a goat track, and that's a nice way to put it. But it is the highest golf course in Texas, so it has that going for it. Steve doesn't play much golf, but it was a close match. Kind of.
How far did that go, Steve? You're still looking.
Damn, it went around the world and came back and landed on my tee. Damn.
And I'm out here with my friend Steve. We're on hole number 18, which is number 9. We played twice. And we've had a few wagers going on. How we stand here, Steve?
I loosened my butt.
He lost his rear. Yeah,
But
he's going to speak Spanish all night.
Joe is very, very good. Golf has been very, very good to Joe.
Very good to me.
Very good to Joe.
So I have a dinner coming, and then he lost a bet to me in the final 4. I had Connecticut, so we doubled that. He went double or nothing. He lost that bet. So we have 1 hole to play. We don't have any. So we're playing for pride or just what?
Pride. I have none. You win too, Joe.
Pride. We're playing for pride. I can barely swing. How's your back feel?
My back is very, very bad.
Yeah, mine's killing me. Damn near the only water on the whole course. And I told Steve about it. And where did he hit? Where I am in the fairway over here.
You're in the rocks.
Steve is.
You're not anywhere
Get
close
that
to the
ball
fairway.
out. Get that ball. There's his ball. Right there in the water. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. All right. Part 3, hole number 18.
Les Ponches.
We're playing for pride now because he's already lost every bet we had today.
Joe, how many times you gonna tell that little stupid box
Okay,
that?
and he has to head over the water again.
Not a problem.
We didn't even know this water was here. Here we go.
Problem.
Here we go. Don't fall in.
I won't fall in.
Oh my God, that almost went in. That almost went in.
Would have skimmed over the
Look, it's still going. There you go.
Yeah, I told you, Le Poche.
There you go. Nice shot, Steve.
Using Le Poche.
Nice shot, Steve. There we go.
Where are we going?
After I got him safely home, I hung around for a couple of days while he and Mary went off to pick up a pig. A dead pig. And you remember his shop, don't you? Lots of things have been built in here over the years. And built, and rebuilt, and rebuilt, and rebuilt, and rebuilt, and rebuilt. Including the door on Lucille. Lots of memories here. Good and bad. For obvious reasons, I won't let him do anything to my new trailer, Blue. But Steve did build me a new block before I left. And I did let him put a Marfa Light sticker on my trailer. Thanks, Steve. So, do you think Steve had a good time?
All right, tell me what you told me a minute ago.
I don't know. What did I tell you?
You had a good time.
Oh, I had a good
He had a
time.
good
Yeah, I
time.
had a
He
good
had
time.
He had a good time. All right, let's see if he can get up from his stool.
I think we should do it again, like 50 years from now. Thanks for being my friend, Steve. I love you, man. That's all I got.
Hey there, buddy, are you doing all right? I'm doing great, as a matter of fact. I'm on the road. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The bad days are gone, and now I'm on the road. The weather has cleared and the sky is blue. Anything I want, baby, I can do. I'm on the road. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The bad days are gone, and now I'm on the road. Let me tell you, baby.
We're going this way, right?
That is due south.
No, point to where we're going.
We're going that way. It is due south.
Well, I didn't ask you that, but
Well, maybe I wanted to tell you
There's
because
a-
you don't ask the right questions.
there's a tree in the middle of the fairway.
And I guarantee you I will hit it. It might be on my third or fourth shot, and it's only 100 yards away, but I
Well-
might hit it.